My wife tried to make me pick between my mother and the birth of our baby, and now she's kicked me out because I didn't put her first. So my wife, 33F, and I, 36M, are expecting our first child soon. My mother, who is 70, has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and has been hospitalized since it is so severe. Doctors say she will not survive since treatments aren't working well for her. My dad passed away when I was really young, and my mom took care of me while working 2 jobs so that I could have a good life. I feel I owe everything to my mother, and I bought her a house and whatever she needed so that she could live her older years well since we had to struggle so much. Well, when I got home from work and visiting my mom, my wife and I were talking, and she asked, if you got a call that I was in labor or your mom only had minutes left, who would you pick? I told her I would pick my mom. She asked why, and I explained that I wanted to be there to say goodbye to my mom since I would never see her again, and so she would have somebody there in her final moments. She got mad and said, what about me and our baby? I told her I would try to be there as fast as I could after my mom, but that most likely wouldn't happen, so I told her not to worry about it. She was still mad and told me to get out of the house. I left, and now I'm at my mom's house. I don't feel like I had a winning answer. Was I supposed to lie to a hypothetical question? Edit. I keep getting the same question about why I left my house. Even though I may own the house, it was late, and I didn't want my pregnant wife out late at night. She told me to leave, so I knew it was either me or her, and I didn't want it to be her. Yes, I have taken off work to comfort and help her in any way she needs during this pregnancy, and I do not put her second. To everyone saying that I would be leaving her alone, no, I wouldn't. She would have her mom there. She has said she wanted her mom there with her in delivery. And lastly, my mother is still at the hospital. No one is living in her house at the moment. Update 1. So, I went back home yesterday afternoon. She wasn't there, and I assumed she was at her mom's house. She came back in the evening, and we had a talk about what happened. She did apologize for asking the question, and she said that when she thought about it, she understood my answer because she would do the same. I asked her why she asked, and she said she didn't know and thought I was going to pick her since I normally do. I kinda just said okay and moved on. I did tell her I want marriage counseling after or even before the baby is born. She asked why, so I told her how I felt, and she denied it and wanted proof. Then she started crying and got mad and told me to sleep in the guest room instead of kicking me out, so I guess I got a win there. Anyways, she also told me that she no longer wanted me in the delivery, which I was fine with. I understand to an extent where it's coming from. Thanks for the advice y'all gave, some good and bad advice, and sorry if my comments came off as mean. Update 2. Hello everyone, this will probably be my last and final update. I've read a lot of your comments, and I did apologize, not for bringing up marriage counseling, but for the timing I brought it up, and that I did show her proof. She forgave me and told me I was still not going to be at the birth of our child. I said to her that it was okay and that I had accepted it, and I wasn't going to fight her on her choice. I did tell her that I think she and I both need some space before the baby comes, to which she agreed. I told her I would leave, and that she could have the house, and that if she needed anything, to call or text me. No, I'm not at my mother's house. I'm at a friend's house. He doesn't live there anymore, but he usually rents it out. To all of you asking why I don't kick her out, it's because I'm the only person who makes money in the house, and I know especially now, if I kick her out, it will be called financial, emotional manipulation, or even abuse. So it's better a lot of times if I leave. Yes, I do plan to go back home when the baby is born, and to someone who asked, I do plan to take paternity leave. No, she does not know where I'm at. She didn't ask, so I didn't tell, mainly because her family would be knocking on my door. To people who I know are going to ask why I'm not fighting harder to be in the delivery room, I've learned that some things I cannot control, and one thing is people. If she doesn't want me in there, I won't be. My main example is if I had gotten someone pregnant in my 20s, and I said to delete us the fetus, just because it's my baby as well doesn't mean that I can control what she does. So it's her body, her choice. About the divorce thing, I do care if she divorces me. I do love her, but I cannot control how she feels. So personally, I won't beg her not to. I will suggest that we get help, but if she doesn't want to, then that's fine. I'm secure. What I mean by that is she will get nothing in the divorce. Does she know that? I don't know. Update 3. Hello everyone, I have good and bad news. So, I will start with the good news. My wife had the baby on January 26th. It's a girl, and I love her so much. I wanted to name her after my mother, but we found a compromise, and her middle name is my mother's name. To address the questions I'm going to get about whether I was in the delivery room, I was not. I did ask, but I got a no, and she said she had already told her sister. It was fine, because by then, I had stopped caring a lot. The bad news is my mother has passed. She went a week before my baby was born. A decent number of her friends came to the funeral. If you go back up a sentence, I said I had stopped caring a lot. She didn't come to the funeral, she made stupid excuses, and I just said forget it. It was nice, though I am mad that she wasn't there when I needed her. So, I haven't been talking to her much so I won't yell at her. We talk about the baby and her, and other than that, we don't talk. I'll bring up marriage counseling in a few weeks, but for now, I'm going to enjoy my baby and love her.